RTTV is brought to you by ExpressVPN. It's the fastest VPN I've used. It's a way to keep your private information private. Go check it out for more information at expressvpn.com/RTTV. Thank you, ExpressVPN, for sponsoring RTTV. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Cole.
I'm Barbara.
And I'm Gus. I thought for sure you were going to use a voice effect there, Barbara.
Yeah.
I'm Barbara. Yeah.
Okay,
You didn't have...
Well, it's like a Disney Channel transition. Like, we expected like Hannah Montana to come out and dance.
I was playing around with this right before we went live, and Gavin, you want to repeat what you said to me?
How do I uninvent something? Is, I think, what I said.
You did not have that last week, did you, Barbara?
I did, I think, but I don't think I used it much.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to learn. Like, learn exactly how to use everything. And even then, I still don't, like, know how to use all of the settings.
There's a lot of buttons.
Go XLR, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about.
There's a lot of buttons on it I do not push.
Why not?
I push all of them.
There's some I think that don't work on mine. Like I don't have the voice effects. My voice effects don't work like Barbara's does. I've never, like, it's not something I want to use, so it's not something I've gone through and been like, why doesn't it work? And let me figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever.
Well, the voice effects won't work unless you have the FX button on. So that's like the first button you have to push on. Then you can turn on all the other effects.
Correct.
Testing.
You also sometimes need to restart the software.
Hey, it worked!
Oh, Cole just fixed it for me. I never knew that's what it was.
Live troubleshooting.
Thank you, Cole. Shout out to Cole for fixing my tech
All right,
problems.
guys,
I didn't realize that's what it was.
I've had my work here's done. Just came
shit,
to fix that.
I'm about to annoy the hell out of you guys even more now.
Oh, damn it. Now I back
How quick
Gavin's
the turn
request.
was. I'm just like, oh, I don't know, like, it's broken, mine's broken, and then the one button you're like, oh, now I'm gonna use it nonstop.
Now it's on. It's fucking set.
The voice changers are the most fun to me, especially when we're playing Among Us, because, man, I don't know. I feel like you could tell in my voice if I'm lying or not, so being able to, like, just pitch shift it
Just a little bit. You can't really tell if I'm telling the truth.
And I'm
so
then
like
really
cheating?
scary when I make it lower. So
What?
people are intimidated.
I'll just
How low
walk
can
by
it go?
people.
Oh, Gav?
How low can it go?
Let's find out.
how low can it go, baby? How's that?
Are you also doing it low with your real voice?
I know. I can't not do it. Like, Trevor will hear me through the wall going
It sounds like
I can't understand you at this
Yeah,
point.
no, at a certain point we lost you there.
It's too
sounds
much.
like the trivia
I'll keep
murder
it just a
party
little
guy.
low.
No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
whoa. My God.
Yeah, but the funny part is that, especially if Trevor and I are playing something together, he'll hear me doing my voice like this, even though it's already doing the pitch shift. And he's like, you just talk normally.
But it's also the same when you speed it up, like you talk faster, you got like that.
You want to talk like this? Yeah, all the time.
It's okay. After we're done with the podcast tonight, I'm gonna definitely go through and play with all the settings now that
I want to know
that's done.
how much money between March and now was spent on GoXLR mixers across the company.
They sold out immediately because, like, we were looking at them for like home streaming scenarios, like home streaming setups, and it was like Kyle got one like the first week of quarantine because he was like, "Oh, I wanted to get one for at home streaming," and then it was like not until October that they went back on sale, and like just their website, it was it TC Telecom,
TC Hellion?
Yeah, TC Hellion. They were just like sold out for the entire year. It was like, you guys are missing out so much on people need this right now, and they're going to go to other solutions. But
Well, I'm sure that they made so many, right? It's like I'm sure they have to book factory time. They made a bunch, and they're like, oh, we got enough stock, we can deal with this. Then it all sells out, and they have to wait for factory time again to be able to produce more.
factory time and shipping time, because I don't think it's produced here. I don't think it's produced domestically.
Nothing is made in America, Cole. The only thing
That's not true.
The only thing we make is
The
student
Mac
debt and
Pro.
guns.
And white
Max Pro?
supremacy.
Is every part of the Mac Pro made in America?
Did you hear
I
there
don't
was
know.
there was a story when they started making the trash can Mac Pro a few years ago. They
That
made a
was
big
in
deal
Austin,
about
wasn't
it. Yeah, it was made here in Austin. I read a story a couple
Piece
of years
shit.
Yeah, a couple of years after the Mac Pro came out about how difficult it was to manufacture that in the United States, and that it got to the point where, like, there's just the supply chain infrastructure, if you play a lot of Factorio, you know what this is like, but the supply chain was not set up efficiently to get them all of the parts that they needed. And it got to the point where they needed one particular screw. It was like a screw of a certain size that they needed to put the Mac Pro together, and they just couldn't get enough of it. And it came down to like a dude they made him here in Austin. It was a dude in Austin would load up as many screws as he could find in his truck and drive it to the factory. And that was like the constraint on how many Mac Pros they could make, is how many screws could the guy find, right, and put it in his pickup truck. It's like in Factorio when you go around and you mine something by hand and you go put it in the factory so it can automate everything else. It's like that,
That's like a problem I have in my house. That's not a problem that a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company should be having as to how do we get this screw from one house.
I feel like a $1 trillion company should be able to get 1 million of any screw same day. They could
they could afford
happen.
a 3D printer. Like, just print your own damn screws.
What did the screw even do?
I don't
Did it
remember.
make it good? Did they just leave it out? Is that why that thing sucked?
At a certain point, they're like, we don't need it. We don't need it. Wait, we did. We did need it.
Oh, now it overheats all the time. Shit.
Here goes. It was. I'm going to read you the headline. A custom screw was the bottleneck in U.S. Mac Pro production. This was from an article from January of 2019. Let's see.
Why did they call it Mac Production?
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
I see Gavin look directly into his camera
Looking
lens.
into your eyes.
I know. I want to be in the. I want to be in the, like, the earnings report where they're like, "Well, yes, we're working on the Mac production now," and everyone just looks around at each other like.
And then you get fired while doing finger guns out the door.
It's like security's yanking you out the door.
I'll read you the relevant paragraph here. Speaking to 3 people who worked on the project, screws for the Mac Pro were hard to source within the United States. Initial tests of production were hampered by a contractor's constrained production levels, producing at most 1,000 screws a day in his 20-employee shop. So it's like there was a dude with 20 employees, and they could only make 1,000 screws a day. Like that was it. So they were the entire Mac Pro production was constrained because they were the people making the custom screws for them.
Someone couldn't do the maths on that up front. Be like, they can only provide 1,000 a day.
Did nobody play Factorio? I mean, this is a Factorio problem.
Factorio 101 here.
I'm imagining a Factorio size, like man-sized conveyor belt, but just like one screw going onto the middle.
It's just one guy like
1,000 a day.
molding it, like putting in the little divots and everything like that. And he's like, all right, 1.
What? It's
2.
very Apple to use a screw. I assume it was custom because they don't want you removing it.
Probably.
If it was a Phillips head, it'd be a piece of piss.
I wonder if we'll ever get to the point where something like Factorio can be put on a resume.
Oh, like about
Like you've played, like you've
structuring.
banked up a certain amount of hours on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Gus
like-
could have seen that problem beforehand because of his Factorio knowledge. So when does that become an applicable, like an acceptable? Oh yeah, I play Factorio. Okay, you can do business infrastructure. Sure, why
Yeah,
not?
like someone can work in supply chain management if they like on the job listings. It's like minimum 100 hours in Factorio.
Yeah.
So if they had 50, how many? 20 employees?
Yeah,
So they're making 1,000 a day with 20 employees. Let's say it's a 10-hour day. They're making 5 screws an hour.
I think it was it 1,000 or was it 10,000?
I really hope it was 10,000 because if it's 1,000, that's just like embarrassingly low.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Where was it?
I mean,
Oh no, it was 1,000. It was 1,000.
A day?
Yeah,
It must
no,
have been a
that's 50
super custom screw.
50 screws each a day.
50 screws.
Oh, did I do that? Did I leave off a
Yeah,
zero?
you forgot a zero.
You said
No,
an
I was
hour
doing per
though.
hour.
Oh, so it's 50 screws a day per person, but let's assume they work an 8-hour day. So it's like
Oh, I was
about
doing a 10-hour day.
You're doing 10 hour, yeah.
So it's about about a screw every 10 minutes.
I mean, honestly, if you gave me, what we got, like 80 minutes left of the podcast, I couldn't make 8 screws.
I couldn't
do
make
it.
one.
Well, I think if you were working for a company that only made screws, you might be
probably
able to do it.
No, they just pulled
probably
me off the
didn't
street.
I don't think you could employ 20 people based off one screw.
We're just
They probably
providing
made
this
other
for
things.
Apple.
Speaking of resume, yes, I can make one screw. I can make one type of screw.
Turns out someone got hired there because they said on their resume, I could screw, but like it was a completely different context. You're hired.
I like the boldness.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Do you know anyone who has the new Mac Pro, the cheese grater one?
Cheese
Justine?
grater, is that what it looks like?
I think the Ruby Audio team has one.
Ooh. Is it good?
I don't think. I think they like it because the only reason they use it because they have to because of the software. Because of
Is it Logic?
Yeah. Or what's it?
I don't know what they use.
Pro
by
Tools,
the way,
Pro Tools. It's Pro Tools.
Okay, Pro Tools. Okay,
Using Pro Tools, yeah.
I'm looking it up.
But they sounded like they had some difficulty with it at first, but I think I haven't heard about it since. So
It starts.
That's good.
It starts
yeah,
at $6,000. That's so fucking expensive.
And the wheels are like $400 each,
Are they? God damn.
aren't they? Or like
Oh my
200
God.
how-
Yeah, the
I think the
wheels are
wheels are-
$400. Yeah,
Each or for a set?
for the set total.
for the set.
I mean,
$100
that's
wheel.
still $100 a wheel. My God.
And the stand for the monitor is $1,000.
You need that?
Jesus.
No, I mean
So-
you don't have to use it. But
So fucking stupid.
Leaning up against the wall.
I'm only gonna buy 3.
screw you, fourth wheel. If you just put it like a tricycle, you should be good, right? Like just do it like that.
Little
And it
kids
should be
never
able
fall
to-
off of tricycles, right? So it's
Why
safe.
does it-
Right.
I mean,
But-
you really only need 2 wheels. If the whole point is you want to be able to wheel that thing around, just have 2 feet and 2 wheels, and then lift up one end.
Oh,
Job done.
What
Smart.
Save
like
half the price.
it's like a
Oh,
why
carry
are
pull
you
it like
wheeling
a-
it around
like a
though?
car-
What's the need to wheel it around?
For people using it in, well, like I used to have a computer that I'd use on set, and it was very handy that it was on wheels.
Help to like.
But it was in a box that was on wheels. Like I didn't actually have the.
Yeah, I wouldn't want, especially with all the holes. I wouldn't want to be moving that around anywhere. I feel like I'd put it in a box before I just like
Yeah.
wheel it around.
Man,
Maybe you just could put a
Yeah.
cover on it or something.
I saw someone in chat bring up. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Tripophobia,
Oh, yeah.
which is that fear of holes, right? Like multiple holes,
Multiple
or-
little holes, yeah.
And I know, like, I apologize.
Tripophobia.
I'm gonna show it for anybody afraid, but like the camera on the new iPhone had that, and I know a lot of people were complaining about that. But that computer is that to like an nth degree.
Yeah.
Why is everything so holy?
You need holes for stuff.
You gotta put stuff in holes.
Go on.
So did anybody? Did anybody get in on that GameStop stock action?
Diamond
last week?
hands, baby.
That
These
happened
diamond
after,
hands.
that happened after our last podcast. Missed
Oh,
out
really?
on talking about it last week. Yeah, I think
That was
like it really hit like
nuts.
Tuesday of last week.
It's been
you-
crazy.
Did you
It's
buy
been-
any coal?
Yeah, I bought some at I bought 2 shares at 70 last week.
Holy
It's like
shit!
3 something now. Or I think it's down to
Wow.
200. I think it's down to 200.
You could buy some Mac Pro wheels now.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I can buy exactly the right amount now.
Man,
I did not get in on it because I'm still trying to wrap my head around stocks and everything around the stock market and hedge funds and like all that information. I'm trying to
Turnips.
digest.
I just
But-
felt like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I watched The Big Short for the first time this weekend with Trevor.
Oh, it's great.
And honestly, like watching that movie helped me understand the market a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped. Anyway,
That's a really good movie.
it was great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a while.
It did fun ways of helping you understand it. Understand the concepts they were going to have to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
'Cause
putting
I
Margot
never-
Robbie in a bathtub. Yeah, I mean, who's
Yeah,
not
I
going to pay
said
attention
fun
to that?
ways to help you understand.
I'll listen to anything she's teaching me in that scenario. But it's great because like it's like digestible. It's a lot to take in, a lot to understand, but they do it in a really smart way. But Trevor was also helping explain things to me because this is something I never learned growing up. I never really asked about as a kid. Obviously, they don't teach us in schools, which I think they should do if they're not already starting to. Because it's a huge part of like
There are-
investments and
It's like extracurricular class. At least where I went, it's like you could learn like financial management or like stock market type stuff. It wasn't part of the normal
I feel like
economics
that
class.
should be taught to everyone. That and
Yeah.
mortgages and stuff.
yeah,
Or like
absolutely.
rent agreement. Like it's stuff that you actually will have to use.
You should have
I feel
like a
I learned
financial
so
health
much.
class where it's like, hey, you
Yeah.
want to be good going forward. Here's the steps you can start taking.
Like, I know I've
Start
heard people say that
retirement.
like they had a class where they pick, stocks and theoretically invest fake money in it, but it's like you're
Yeah.
really not. You're only barely touching the surface, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
further digging into the theory
there's no
behind it, and
real-
explaining it.
There's no real loss with the fake stuff, like the fake money.
Gonna make the kids bring some money and pony up to lose in order to learn.
I mean, if it was like, I would never say do this, but if it was like their grade, if they were like betting with their grade, that'd be one thing. But I would never recommend doing that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because like the other thing that people keep talking about is like, oh, you know what? Yeah, the damn millennials, they played Animal Crossing in the stock market there, taught them how to do this. I'm like, well, it's pretty different. There's not like diversified. Like, you can't diversify. You can only buy one type of good.
Yeah. And Tom Nook's not trying to short you on turnips on the back end.
No.
He is a greedy bastard, though.
He is. Yeah, but it was an interesting week to see all of that go down, and to see how people react, how the financial markets reacted, and how apps reacted. You know, places like Robinhood restricting people from being able to even trade GameStop stock, which seems counterintuitive. Like, if you're a stock trading app, shouldn't you allow people to trade stocks? Yeah, it's totally bullshit.
They're actually, I think he's testifying in front of the House today.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, because they're, I think, 50% owned by one of the hedge funds.
Yeah.
Who is it? Citral? I can't remember.
He's expected to testify on February 18th, it looks like.
Oh, okay. So, not today, but I saw today they got announced that he was going to be testifying, because the SEC was going to investigate it, and they're saying they're looking into the investigation from the retail investors' perspective.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
Because, that's who they cater to, is the retail investor.
Yeah. But, you're seeing a whole bunch of, like, crazy stuff today where, like, the media is kind of lying about a lot of things. I don't want to get too far into it, because it's still all playing out. And, like, this week's going to be as crazy, if not crazier, than last week. There's been a lot of stuff, like, everyone's saying that Reddit is moving over to silver now, when, like, if you go onto Reddit, everyone's saying, like, no one here said we're going to silver. If you go to silver, you're helping the hedge fund people. So it's going to get crazy.
I wonder if like all of this started like conspiracy theory. It's like someone who just had a bunch of GameStop stock, right? And they just wanted to like pump it and dump it. They're like, man, I got all this worthless stock. It's getting shorted to hell. Let's just get everyone to pump it up, and then I'll make my exit. That's honestly why I didn't buy any GameStop, is I felt like by the time I heard about it, that I was someone else's exit strategy. That it was like, it was already pumped up to where it was going to go, and it's like, that's it. I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, because Sam and Kyle had started talking about it like 2 weeks ago. They were like, oh, hey, this crazy thing's going to happen next week. Like, be warned. And I was like, like, you don't really know. Like, no one really knows when anything's going to happen like that. But they were kind of saying that there was some promise to what GameStop was trying to do, where they had said that there was a court case that had just happened, or some kind of litigation that had just happened, where they were saying that you are supposed to own your digital copy of a game. So if you want to take your digital copy and sell it to someone else, you should be allowed to. There was something that had like passed some court that was like, well, you should be able to sell your thing. So it was like, well, GameStop might come back. And then they also got a new CEO, is one of the guys from Chewy. And they were saying that one of his plans maybe was to turn GameStop into like a Build-A-Bear for computers. Because like all these big box type stores like Fry's Electronics and stuff are going out of business. And it's like, well, now there's nowhere that you can go and buy a graphics card. And if you're like a grandma going to buy a computer for your grandson, you can't just like go to the store and go, I want an Xbox with a computer.
Right.
So it's like, what if there's a store that you can go to and go in a little cubicle or cubby, and there's a professional there who can teach you how to build a computer with like your kid.
It's funny to me how circular all of this stuff is, dude. Right? It's like stores like that used to exist, and then they were pushed out by online retail like Dell and direct to consumer marketing. And then they kind of came back, I think, about like stores like CompUSA and to a lesser extent like Fry's and stuff like that. Well, CompUSA died years ago, but then like all of them die out because it becomes too expensive to have shelf space. Yeah. But now it sounds like, oh, wait, that's what people want again. Like they want to bring that back. It's just like we're running through this circle where nobody is learning how to build a computer, and we're constantly trying to teach them.
Yeah, well, because what keeps happening is that everyone goes, oh, there's a need for this in the market. And so every store rushes to go have a computer building section. And then they're so diverse, like so spread out and so spread thin that like the online market can surpass it, and like obviously the online market's always going to have an edge with like new stuff and just like being more accessible. But right now, if you think about it, there is no one place you can go to buy a graphics card except for maybe Best Buy.
Yeah,
I
if
like
you're
the
lucky.
idea of a 90-year-old woman sort of hunting around for a 3090. She's like, oh, she really wants it, but there's just no way she can get it.
It's interesting you bring this up. A couple of weeks ago, I rebuilt, or I bought a new streaming computer for my work setup here at home because my old streaming computer was like 6 years old, and I was like, I don't need, right? It's a streaming computer. It doesn't need anything fancy. I don't need a crazy graphics card or anything. It's like, so I tried to buy a computer. I went to Best Buy. I went to Office Max. I went to Staples and Office Depot, I think. And I was shocked at how shitty the computers they had were. It's like, I saw one of them, I forget who it was. It was either Office Max or Office Depot. One of them had an Alienware that was like 4 or 5 years old that they were charging $2,000 for. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It had like, I was like, if you look at the specs, you're like, these are all old systems that they have. Like, none of these are new. I ended up having to buy one online just because, like, not because I needed anything custom or fancy, just because everything that you can find in a store is so old and shitty. And I think people don't know that, right? Like you're talking about an old grandma who wants to buy a computer. It's like, you think you go to the store, you think you're going to buy something brand new, right? It's like, it's been sitting in there for years. Who knows how fucking long it's been in there? It was garbage. I didn't even need anything crazy. I just needed a desktop.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just relegate your old PC down to the streaming PC slot?
Well, what happened, it was like I had replaced my gaming PC over the summer. And then it was my old gaming PC I was using as my stream setup. But like I said, it was like 6 years old. And whenever I would use vMix, it was spiking my CPU usage to 100%.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up dropping frames. So I just couldn't salvage it. If I'm like, I could swap out my graphics card if that was a bottleneck, but since the CPU was bottlenecking, I just needed to chunk it and just get something new.
I want someone to take a screen cap. I know I could easily just do this by going to the first podcast we did at home, but take a screen cap of all of our webcams from that first podcast we did from work from home when that first started in end of March, compared to what we look like now and like how our setups have changed and everything like that. I think, Gavin, though, you were using...
use the Phantom.
You were using your Phantom as the webcam, so yours is going to be the only one that looks way better.
Way better than this one.
But now I got this.
Yeah. Party!
This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Honey. It's the future, which means most of us these days, it feels like online shopping is the only shopping we really do. That's why today's sponsor, Honey, comes in. It's the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes, automatically tests them when you're checking out. Honey's basically your online shopping imaginary friend who saves you money. So even better than your regular imaginary friend. So here's how it works. Get Honey on your computer for free in 2 easy clicks. Then when you're checking out on one of its over 30,000 supported sites, Honey pops up. All you do is click apply coupons and wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons for that site. And if Honey finds a working code, it applies the best one already to your cart. Plus, they have a rewards program called Honey Gold, so you rack up points. And I recently just actually got a $10 gift card from Target just for using Honey. It's great. And you can save too, because Honey has found its over 17 million members, $2 billion in savings. That's billion with a B. Honey supports all kinds of retailers, from tech and gaming sites to fashion brands and even food delivery. It's simple. If you have a computer, Honey should be on it. It's free, works with whatever browser you use. You can get Honey for free today at joinhoney.com/rooster. That's joinhoney.com/rooster so they know we sent you. Thanks, Honey, for supporting today's episode, and thank you for going to joinhoney.com/rooster.
Where do we draw the line at using copyrighted sounds? Like, is there a time limit where YouTube will like then flag it? Like, is it under a certain amount of time, or just if they hear any sort of ounce of something copyrighted?
I think just try it, and if we get a strike, then we know.
Then you say, oops, my bad.
Yeah.
Eric's not here today, but if he was here, he'd go, no!
Are you kidding me?
There you go. The ghost of Eric.
That's his job. He wants you to do it. That's just his job to say you can't.
When you buy, because Cole, you were talking about how like people wanted to be able to sell their digital game on. When you buy a game, are you buying the game, or are you just buying a license to use the game? Like, what technically do you have in
They were saying
what
that
you own?
They were saying you've bought the license to own and sell as you want. Like, you own the same like you own a physical copy of a game. That's what they're trying to argue. Because it also played in like when that started happening, when the GameStop and like the resellers started rising up, they started selling. Remember, they started like putting codes in the day one edition of games where it was like, oh, if you want this extra Mass Effect character, you have to have bought the new version. And what they're saying now is, oh, well, you also have to have the code to transfer that information over as well.
I think when the Xbox One had that disastrous unveiling when they first came out, didn't they want to have a system like that? Remember, they wanted to have the system always online so that you could validate, you could like take a disc and transfer it to a digital purchase and then trade it back in if you wanted to. Like, remember they had that really complicated setup that Sony made fun of, just like with someone with a disc handing it to someone else, say like, look, it's much easier.
Look, we did that already. Yeah. Xbox explained it all like engineers, and Sony was like, no, we're gonna explain it like they were like, oh, while you're at work. I remember because Sony explained the exact same thing where they were like, while you're at work, your game will download itself for you, and if your friend bought a game, it'll download. So if you want to buy it, you just hit the buy now, and it's already on your PlayStation. And it's like, you have to be connected already to have that happen. Like, you have to be online all the time for that to happen.
I feel there was. I want to say there was a game where you bought it, but the code that came with the game was the multiplayer. Like, it unlocked the multiplayer, so that if you did sell it, then you wouldn't be able to sell it with the multiplayer.
That happened a lot. A lot of games were doing that for a while, and that
like a Gears of War or Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, and then if you bought the game secondhand, you could purchase multiplayer access from like an online store for like $5 or $6.
So that kind of
it's
stopped
so
people from
shitty.
buying one version and just sharing it with their friends to play multiplayer together.
Or so if you buy it used, like what it was targeting was if you buy the game secondhand at a reseller, then you still have to give money back to the developer.
Yeah.
Oh man,
wow.
I bought. I think 90% of my Xbox and Nintendo 64 games were pre-owned. It was an awesome time. Just rummaging, getting deals.
Oh, like we would have like a setup where we would go buy a game, try to beat it within 2 weeks to be able to return it for the full used refund, and get the next game on the list.
There was
if you beat it in the 2 weeks, you're like, well, I'll never beat that game.
Yeah, there was a period in time where I would do that too at Funko Land, like where you had, I forget what it was, like they had a ridiculous return policy where it's like you could play a game even if you'd opened it and then return it. It's like I tried to play and beat so many games that way. It always felt like it was cheating the system, but the guys who worked there was like, just whatever, it doesn't matter. Like they were so laid back about it. Like, it's fine, just bring it back.
I always wanted to try going in, returning it, and then immediately buying it back to reset that 2 week period. Just be like, nope, I want to buy that game again.
The great thing about doing it with cartridge-based games like N64 and stuff is that you would have other people's games on there. You would just like resume wherever they were. Like, all right, let me just erase this.
Yeah, I'd hop in and there'd be awful, terrible names that I can't say here. And you're just like, well, that's not the name of these Pokemon. Nope.
There used to be, years ago, back in the early to mid 90s, there used to be a video game store here in Austin called Floppy Joe's, and they would let you rent PC games. I'm going to do air quotes, rent PC games, where you would take it home, and they would give you, like, back then when you would play PC games, there'd be like, sometimes when you would want to launch the game, it would ask you, like, look in the instruction manual on page 4, what is the 5th word of the 2nd sentence? You'd have to type it in, that way the game plays. So they'd give you a Xerox copy of the manual or a Xerox copy of whatever you needed and the game discs, and they'd be like, don't copy these discs, wink, wink,
Yeah.
I was like, I never understood how that place stayed in business, and then one day they were gone. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they're like, they got shut down.
They got caught.
They were making their own. Oh my god, they were just like
that's so
cloning
funny.
it out and setting it up themselves.
Let me see, Floppy Joe's. I haven't thought about that place in forever. Austin. Oh yeah, here's the thread. Who remembers Floppy Joe's on the Austin subreddit?
There's a really cool ability on Steam where Trevor and I could share games that we've purchased with each other. So like if he bought a game, I could play it on my computer. The problem is that I can't play any game on Steam that he owns if he's playing another game on Steam that he owns. So
really?
if he's playing like Gmod or something like that, I can't play Fall Guys from his collection essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of takes away the purpose, especially when you have two people who are playing games all day from
Yeah.
Steam. So I've had to buy my own, essentially.
Could you
even though we both own it.
Could you make a third Steam account and like have a Steam library computer that you both access and run everything off of independently?
They couldn't play games at the same time, though.
Wouldn't that be the same problem?
Was that okay? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to run through all the scenarios. Like, okay, who can own what game? Or he just he continues to play World of Warcraft because that's not on Steam.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. He's been playing a lot of that lately.
I see him on all the time. Like,
One time I walked into his office. This is like on the weekend at some point, and he was just playing World of Warcraft. And I was like, "What are you up to?" He's like, "I've been selling cookies for the last couple hours." And I was like, "Yeah, you selling cookies in World of Warcraft?" He goes, "Yeah, people really like them and they're buying them." And I was like, "That's the cutest thing I've ever heard." And his character's name is Gland, and I made a joke that it was like Glandma's cookies. It was
should make a
just
guild. He should make a guild. Glandma's
Grandma.
cookies.
It was just the most precious thing. And I was like, I didn't even know you could do that in World of Warcraft. I thought it was just like going on missions and
Did any of y'all ever play RuneScape back in the day?
I never
No.
played RuneScape. No.
Oh, there was so much. Like I spent so much of my childhood fishing for lobsters so I could go sell them at the house, like in the auction house in town. And then you go into town and there'd be girls who just like want to buy boyfriend, and they like you go up and they just give you free stuff and they go, "You're my boyfriend now."
Okay.
I don't know.
Years ago, when I used to work at my old job back in, what year was this? This would have been like 99 or 2000. I remember I was working in the department I worked in. There weren't that many of us. There were maybe 6 or 7 of us that worked there. And one time I walked into one of my coworkers' cubicles, and he was working. I forget what he was. He was like working on a spreadsheet. It was like boring office shit, right? Mm-hmm. And I could hear, and he was working on his laptop. We had docks, and you would like hook your laptop into the dock, and it was your workstation when you were there, and you take it with you when you go home. So I walk into his cubicle. He's working on a spreadsheet, and the fans in his laptop are going like crazy. I mean, like it sounds like a blow dryer. And I'm like, "Hey, is your laptop okay? Do you need to reboot it or something? It sounds like it's gonna take off." And he like looks around. He's like, "Look at this. Check this out." And he alt tabs, and he was running Asheron's Call in the background. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I wrote a macro so that my character in Asheron's Call will buy apples, take them home, bake them into apple pies, then go back to the vendor and sell them. And so I'll sit here and work, and all day long, my character's in Asheron's Call, buying apples, making pies, and selling them back to the vendor. And every time he does it, I make like 5 silver for every pie." And I was like, that sounds incredibly boring, but super awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you're
There's
at
like-
work, and your character is also at work. Like from 8 to 5 every day.
Making
My
pie.
friend went and worked, and his character worked making apple pies
8
all
to
day
5
long.
every day. God, I'd have
Get
so
that
much money in
silver.
WoW if I did that. Jesus. I know some people who like have the auction house open all day in the computer while they're like doing exports and stuff.
That helped me. Honestly, working or like trying to game the auction house in World of Warcraft taught me a lot about trading and the stock market in a weird way. Because I would try to find little niches to corner. Like I remember I would normally always take mining as a profession, and I would find one mineral, and I would like corner the market on it. So like let's say titanium. And I would go and I would buy, I'd mine a bunch of titanium. I'd have a bunch in my bank. I'd look on the market, and then I'd buy it all. And then I'd relist it at like double or triple the price. Because like now I have control of the entire commodity. And anytime
Taking
other people would come,
who undercut you.
right? If they came in and tried to undercut, it's like I would just buy it and take it off the market because it was worth more to me to just like have it delisted so that I could sell all of my reserves.
Nice.
I made so much fucking money in WoW doing that. Just like finding like a common thing, because every now and then if people have a lot of gold, they're like, well, I need this thing to complete a quest or to do one thing. It's like they don't think anything about paying 30 gold for one piece of ore or some shit. So you end up making so much money in the video game. It's great.
Man, I remember doing that. I mean, I know we brought it up earlier, but the stock market on Animal Crossing, I remember I felt like I was cheating the system because we luckily have such an awesome, wonderful community who's like, hey, my turnips are going for 600 bells, so like here's my dodo code if you want to come over. And I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm making like millions of bells because our community is so helpful. But like, man, that's
I feel like
that was a
I
fun
put
game.
that I never intentionally stopped playing that game. It just like dropped off randomly for me.
Yeah.
So I've definitely got a room full of rotten turnips.
Oh, absolutely. You probably have a lot of
Somewhere.
ants. That's what you have.
Go.
I don't think I've logged in since May.
You should log in. I imagine it's still going on, but just to log in to see winter because it's really pretty in that game. Like everything covered in snow and all the trees and stuff
Oh.
like that. It's really nice.
Lovely.
Yeah. I'll probably just log in like once a season to see how the game changes.
Do the update, play the updates.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should get back into that. That was like, I think the reason I was able to survive the beginning of quarantine was that game.
It was a nice ease in
Yeah.
so everyone had like a little project of the day.
Yeah.
It was nice to start off with that.
It was a way to ease from your physical real world life to your digital online life.
Yeah.
It's like, here, play this game. This is your life for the next 18 months.
Yeah, it was funny because like that first week, my roommate, we were all supposed to go on a big trip, and so a bunch of us just kind of used that time to do other things. Like we all just still took that time off from work, but went on like smaller trips. And I know she went and like just got an Airbnb and like the entire weekend just played Animal Crossing in the Airbnb.
Nice.
So it's like still a vacation and then like another vacation within the vacation of playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of like being in a different place physically.
Mhm.
That's just to break up the monotony of things, even though you're still just like staying inside and doing that.
That's what I've tried to do, like to change gears when I'm done with a day of working. Like I'll either go for a walk when I'm done and like I'll shut down my computer, go for a walk around the neighborhood, then come back and turn it back on to play games at night. Just for like that feeling of a commute, or like listen to a podcast or something. Just
Some
like,
separation.
feel that mental separation of I'm no longer in work mode. I need to be in like recreation mode.
Yeah.
Do you
I don't
think
know
anyone
if
just goes and sits in their car on their driveway? It doesn't go
Have
anywhere.
you have you
Sometimes-
seen any of the videos of people recreating like travel things? So they'll get their treadmill and they'll put their suitcase on the treadmill, so it'll be like it's coming off the conveyor belt at the airport, and they'll like pick it up and then like stand on it going really slowly as if it's like a moving sidewalk.
That's really good. Oh my god.
That's really funny.
Because they miss traveling so much.
I love it.
Oh.
This episode of the Receipt Podcast is brought to you by Freshly. Dinner can be complicated, and 2021 should be anything but. That's why Freshly is here. Their chef-made meals keep dinner delicious, simple, and better for you with nutritious ingredients in every dish. Freshly offers chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious meals delivered fresh to your door with no cooking required. Grocery shopping and cooking can be a pain, especially right now. And with Freshly, you don't have to go out and grocery shop. Your meals arrive cooked and fresh every week, so you can keep your fridge stocked and skip the trip to the store. Ordering's easy. Just visit freshly.com. Choose from over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak peppercorn, sausage baked penne, or their chicken pesto bowl. Freshly can even fit your lifestyle with a variety of plans and meals to pick from that work for your dietary needs, preferences, tastes, and family size. And right now, our listeners can try Freshly for just $6.16 per meal. Stop searching the internet for healthy food near me every night and start living life with Freshly. Your meals are always delivered fresh, never frozen. They're ready to heat and enjoy in just 3 minutes. With new meals added each week, Freshly brings the convenience of chef-made, nutritionist-designed classics right to your kitchen. Right now, Freshly is offering our listeners $40 off your first 2 orders when you go to freshly.com/rooster. Make eating better your New Year's resolution. Get a special limited time offer. Go to freshly.com/rooster for $40 off your first 2 orders. Try Freshly now for a limited time. Get $40 off your first 2 orders. Go to freshly.com/rooster to learn more.
I also realized something. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast last week, but I realized something the other day. I don't leave my space very often. We don't really even go outside much as we should. That's for sure. My eyes are getting weak to the point where I went outside the other day and I was looking at something far away and I was like, I haven't looked at something on the horizon far away from myself in probably weeks.
You
So my
haven't
eyes were
focused
just
to
like,
infinity.
yeah, I'm used to focusing on something that's like, within 2 to 10 feet away from me inside my house. And so it was nice to change that up a little bit, get the eye exercises going.
I don't have it that bad, I don't think, but I was taking out my bins or something, and I just looked at the clouds, and I was like, they're so high, they're so far away.
Sounds like you're high.
Whoa.
But I was just like, wow.
That reminds me, a couple of weeks ago, the moon was really bright. Like I feel like there's been a couple, like there was something that happened a few weeks ago, and the moon was really bright. And I was outside walking my dogs at night, and I was like, wow, the moon looks really cool. It's really huge and bright and beautiful. And I was staring at it for a bit. Then I came back inside and, got ready for bed, got in bed to go to sleep. And the moonlight was coming through my window, like lined up just perfectly on my pillow. And I was like, I laid down and it was hitting me in the face like, God damn it, fucking moon. Like I went from loving it to like hating it in the space of like 2 minutes.
Oh man,
I'm trying to sleep.
Drew would love this conversation.
Get annoyed at the billion-year-old rock.
It was reflecting the light just right. Like the moon and the sun are billions of years old. The sun is millions of miles away. The moon is hundreds of thousands of miles away, and they lined up just right to mirror that light right into my eyes on my pillow.
Yep.
Think of all the photons that don't bounce off the moon and hit you in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Fucking stupid. Speaking of Drew, I sent him a video earlier today that he really loved. I sent it to Gavin right before we started the podcast too. I don't know if y'all saw, there was a military coup in the country of Myanmar that happened yesterday. And I saw this video posted on Reddit earlier today where this woman was doing aerobic exercises out like on the streets in the capital of Myanmar. And she's just like filming herself doing these aerobic exercises. Then like she didn't realize it, but behind her in the background, the coup is happening. Like she filmed the exact moment that the military showed up to take the government over and to take everyone into custody. And she's just like standing there doing her workout, and right behind her, it's like all this shit is going down. And it's,
oh my God.
It's just fucking crazy to me that it happened literally like feet away from her. And
Did she ever notice it?
No, she has no idea. She's just like doing
That's
her workout
crazy.
the entire time.
Whoa.
It's like
it's bizarre.
It's always interesting when people are filming something, but they don't know it. It's like the 9/11, the guy who was like filming the drain or something, like following the firefighters, and he captured the first plane. And there's like footage of there's like a wedding video or something that was being filmed right before that explosion in Beirut.
Yeah, there was
It's so crazy just to see like the real life happening, and then suddenly everything's changed. Because usually on the news, you just see the event from like whatever the most famous angle is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's like there's been the absolute proliferation of cameras. Like I think we've talked about this before. Like 9/11, there isn't much footage of the first plane hitting the tower. Like I think you mentioned it. I think there's footage. Like there was a documentary crew following firefighters, and like maybe one other angle that might exist of it that people just happen to have cameras out. And now it's like cameras are everywhere. Like I even think about we had an episode of Black Box Down recently about U.S. Airways 1549, where they landed on the Miracle on the Hudson. And it's the same thing where that plane hitting the water, there's only one closed circuit feed of that plane going down and landing in the Hudson River. Between Manhattan and New Jersey, it's like there's one camera that captured it. Like if that shit happened today, there'd be like 100 pages on YouTube of videos from like different angles of that thing happening. And that didn't happen that long ago.
What was that, like 2009?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, now there'd be like 100 angles from within the plane alone.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at all the fucking social media footage from the Capitol insurrection a couple weeks ago. I mean, obviously a very different story.
What?
Of course.
There's the video. This is still from the video.
Oh my God! It's like
she's
I thought it was gonna be like way in the background, not like
no,
the
it's
other
like
side
right
of the parking
behind
lot.
her.
Where is she even? Where is she even doing this? Like, is this?
I think she's on some steps. It must be near the Parliament because I think the coup happened at the Parliament building. So I think that's Parliament behind her and to her right, so it's like left when you're looking because that's where all the cars drive to. If you watch the video, all the cars head over there in that direction.
I mean, coup aside, that would be a great video. That's like a good framing for a workout video.
It's very nice.
So I can see why she insisted on continuing to do it there, no matter what was behind her.
The meteor. She's just doing aerobics.
Well, it's not like it was loud. It's not like there were gunshots or anything. It was just like those cars drive down the road. It's nothing crazy. You wouldn't turn around. She's by a busy street. She didn't realize that it was those specific cars or anything.
Was it Bruce Almighty where he's doing a news story and he's got like stuck on facial hair and then like a meteor comes down. He's like here on the scene.
Oh yeah. Because I think he was a newscaster and he was just like trying to get some big story, right?
He was like
because
making shit happen.
Yeah. That's
then
a
his,
great
like,
movie.
Moustache is hanging off. Oh, what a movie.
I feel like we've talked about that movie a lot lately, haven't we? Like in the last couple of podcasts, it's come up a few times.
I actually had the urge. I just bought these. I wanted just to buy a load of Jim Carrey movies physically because I feel like I watch them, like The Mask, for example. I'll watch that, I don't know, every 3 years or something just because it's good. But I think I've just been renting it every time or like getting it for $3 on Amazon or something. It's like, why not just buy the damn thing if I'm going to keep watching it every 3 years for the rest of my life? Now it's free forever.
You get your money back in like 9 or 10 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Peter Hayes, like the true champ he is, already made a GIF of. He just did my webcam, but I would like to see everyone's maybe at some point. But like my webcam going from the first podcast at home to today.
Oh, look at you!
Where is it?
Whoa.
It's in Discord in the podcast
Holy,
channel.
like it also kind of like it tells like the story of your life between now and then. Like
I know. Clearly, I've stopped dyeing my hair. I've stopped wearing fake eyelashes.
well, also just like you have just a IKEA black couch with a cloth over it, like the interchangeable cloth. To now like a custom, like it looks like your room now instead of like.
Yeah, I painted it.
Yeah.
I put
I
up
just
shelves.
love
I fixed
how-
my lighting. I got a new camera.
How much lower down you are. Like you've just slowly slumped down over the weeks.
I guess because my camera angle has changed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know if
you've gotten more pro. You're not using that Yeti mic anymore.
Oh, and that's from. I think this was the second one we did at home. Maybe. Or
Yeah, I don't
Gavin's not
remember if it
using
was. Wait, do it again. I'll look as haggard as possible.
it. Oh wow, yeah, Gavin, your hair's so short.
That's good. I'm Cole.
Chad became me.
The Chad was in you all along.
Turns out with the true friends, what? Huh, I don't know. Chads we made along the way. There's some joke there. I don't know.
The chads we made along the way.
Brian Garr wrote a Substack. You know Brian Garr. We work with. He's been on the podcast in the past for our viewers. He wrote a Substack that he posted this morning, or maybe it was late last night, about his experiences working at a shitty movie theater in Austin in the late 90s. And it was a really interesting read to me because I used to go to that theater all the fucking time. When I first moved to Austin, I lived like right across the street from it. So I would go there all the time. And if you've ever heard me tell the story about watching a movie and someone ordering a Domino's delivery pizza to the theater, like that was the theater that he wrote about.
Oh my god.
I think either the first or second night I moved to Austin back in January of '98, I went to that theater for the first time and I saw Jackie Brown there. And I remember, like you said, it was a shitty theater. It doesn't exist anymore. It was a super shitty theater, but it was so. I don't know. It was so awesome to me. I'll never forget going to watch Jackie Brown there because it was like the first time in my life I was an adult living out on my own. It was like one of those weird memories where it's like, this is the start of me trying to make it on my own. I dropped out of college. Like before then, it's like I'd lived with my parents and I'd gone to college and kind of done what other people wanted to do. But I'd moved to Austin on my own and was like, as an adult, it's like, I'm going to go watch a movie. I made that decision. It's weird that it stands out like that. It's like, I'm going to go watch Jackie Brown. And to this day, like I still remember everything about that trip to the theater. And even though I was like thinking like, this theater is super shitty, but this is good. This is an awesome experience. I'm happy that I'm here.
What was the first movie you saw at a cinema, a movie theater?
The first movie I saw at cinema, I believe, was E.T.
Whoa.
Interesting.
When did
I
that
think
come
mine
out?
was
89?
Aladdin.
Aladdin. What year was Aladdin? 92?
Something like that.
E.T. was 82. So I got you beat by 10 years.
82.
Got a decade on me.
Why did I think it was 89? It's
Oh,
way
no.
off.
I think Lion King.
Was that 94?
Yeah, would have been 94 because I think I would have been 3. My brother would have been 1. No, I would have been. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mine
I don't
was
remember.
Aladdin, the Will Smith one.
what was yours, Barbara?
It must have been some Disney movie. I don't think I remember, but the first movie I remember vividly seeing in theaters is Titanic because I remember I was sitting next to my dad and I was, I think, like 8 or something at the time. I don't remember what year Titanic came out.
I think 99.
And okay, so I would have been 10. And I remember being so embarrassed because there's boobs on screen, and I'm like, my father is looking at someone else's boobs that don't belong to my mom, and this is weird. And I remember just like cringing in the theater the whole time. Just like,
it was 97, by the way. You were closer.
Okay, so I was 8. Yeah. Okay.
What about the bit where they were railing each other in the car?
Yeah, I mean, it just gets progressively worse, essentially.
I saw Titanic at the Austin Film, what is now the Austin Film Studios Theater, kind of over there by Highland Mall. What do they call it? The Marquesa Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, like that used to be a regular theater that they would show movies at, and I saw Titanic in there.
It's long.
It's a long ass movie.
Long movie.
Yeah. God, that was 97. So fucking long ago.
I just remember it always took 2 VHSs.
Yep.
Jeez.
Do you remember? Yeah, this will be really impressive if you remember, Cole. Do you remember where the first one ended and where the second one picked up?
No.
I think if I remember correctly,
Is it like right as the iceberg's
it's
scraping
like
down the boat?
it's like just as the iceberg is. It's either that, like when the iceberg scrapes it, or when like it has already started sinking. It's one of the two.
Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't hit the iceberg until about a normal movie's length. I think it's like 90 minutes when it crashes.
Something like that. If anyone in chat remembers.
I wonder if that movie would have made more money if it was a 2-parter.
Oh, has there ever been a movie that like, I guess like Infinity War and Endgame is kind of a 2-parter movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings is a 3-parter.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hobbits, like the middle one ends in the middle of a dragon fight.
But also, like, you can't really like stay tuned to see what happens in part 2 of Titanic. Like, everyone kind of knows.
Yeah,
Like you watch it a year later, it's like previously on Titanic.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying
What's
to find.
gonna happen?
I'm trying to find exactly when it happens, and I see someone here. There's discussion on Reddit about switching the tapes, and someone wrote, "The second tape starts with Rose's fiance slapping the crap out of her."
Well,
Oh yeah, I think that was after the ice had.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Was that
I
Billy
think-
Zane?
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone else
Oh,
wrote, "I only
so
watched the first
zany.
tape for titties."
Oh, titties on the first tape.
I believe you'll get your headline, Mr. Imze.
Ismay. Someone just wrote that in chat. When they talk about the ship sinking, and he's going to get his headline in the paper because he wanted his headline about the Titanic.
The captain's the guy from Lord of the Rings, isn't it? It's the
Oh,
king?
Yeah, King Theodrin.
yeah.
I never made that connection till right now.
I typed in Titanic captain and it brought up the real dude.
Boo.
Not you, Edward Smith, the movie one.
Bernard
No one cares
Hill?
about the real people.
Bernard Hill, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the Rohan captain or Rohan king.
Captain. He's a captain
he's
of
the
Rohan.
guy-
I mean, what's the king but a captain of a country?
He's the guy who Gandalf like bitch slapped Sauron out of.
Yeah,
Oh, not Sauron. Saruman.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
who's
look-
in him?
Saruman.
I don't know.
Saruman. Yeah, and there's a little creeper guy who's hanging out like, yeah, do it.
Grima Worm Tongue.
Yeah.
I always.
I thought you were talking about Victor Garber for a bit. But he wasn't the captain.
Yeah, he was like the nice guy. He was also in Alias.
Mm.
If anyone ever watched Alias. This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment and audiobooks ranging from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, languages, business, motivation, and more, like original entertainment and now podcasts. They recently launched their Plus catalog, where you get full access to thousands and thousands of select originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including ad-free versions of popular shows, as well as exclusive series. Now is the best time to try Audible with their President's Day event because you're getting in on their best offer of the year. It's only $9.95 a month for your first 6 months. That's $9.95 for a limited time and access to one title from their premium selection, plus downloading and streaming thousands of all-you-can-listen audiobooks, originals, and podcasts for less than a regular membership. You've heard me talk about Audible for a long time. I listen to all of the Game of Thrones books on there. You can listen to Snow Crash, which is one of my favorite books of all times. Just anything you can imagine, it's probably on there. I use it to listen to so many books. It's crazy. Anyway, you can visit audible.com/rooster or text rooster to 500-500. That's audible.com/ROOSTER or text rooster to 500-500 to try the Plus catalog for just $9.95 a month for 6 months. Shit, what was I going to say?
Is there a 4K Titanic?
Uh,
I would get it.
There's gotta be.
It's weird what movies came out in 4K and which ones didn't. When you think they're really like anything shot on film can be in 4K if it was 35 mil.
if people want to go through the trouble of rescanning it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that Lord of the Rings was 4 years after Titanic.
So that would have been.
Yeah, 97.
Because like Lord of the
Why?
Rings feels like a childhood movie, like one that came out like when everyone was in elementary school, and like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Titanic feels like a childhood movie. And Lord of the Rings feels like it was like older.
Yeah.
Did any of you read the Lord of the Rings books, or have you all just seen the movies?
Just the movies for
Just
me.
movies for me. Yeah.
Movies.
There's the way the books end. Spoiler for the books, by the way. Spoiler for 50 or 70-year-old books at this point. I really like there's one part of the ending in the books that they didn't film that I really like. This is probably the biggest departure, in my opinion, from the books and the movies. In the books, Saruman doesn't die; he's spared, and he's like banished. They cast him out from his tower. Was it Isildur? Barad-dûr and Isengard. They cast him out from Isengard.
Isengard. Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
And then after the hobbits destroy the ring, in Mount Doom, they leave and they go back to the Shire. But when they return to the Shire, they discover that Saruman and Grima Wormtongue have taken over the Shire, and they've enslaved all of the hobbits, and they've destroyed the Shire. So the hobbits have to fight and try to remove Saruman and Grima Wormtongue from power and try to free the Shire. And they do.
There's a battle after the ring?
Right,
Yeah.
there is. And that's the final
Oh.
battle in the book, is trying to get Saruman out of the Shire.
Yeah.
So they managed to do it, but the Shire's never the same. It's pretty much tainted. And everyone's been through this horrible experience. So the whole point of the book that is missed in the movie, for the most part, is that you can't go back home. Like these experiences have changed the entire world, and even all of the hobbits, as far away as they were from all the action, are still touched by this awful tragedy.
I like
And,
that
there's
that's
no
a better
escape from it.
ending, because like the hobbits are like, that's not our problem. Like Saruman, the dragon. No, that's not our problem. We just want to party every day. Like, we're LMFAO over here. So no, we're good. But like to actually have repercussions and like damage from neglecting what needs to be done.
Right.
And they can't go back either, because they made the decision to neglect it. They can't go back either.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's and it's not like it's a huge part of the book. It's not like a battle that goes on forever or anything. It's almost like a footnote, but it's like, oh yeah, and this happened. But it's an interesting interesting thought on it.
The wizards are my favorite Lord of the Rings memes. Do you know about the blue wizards?
No, I don't think so.
So it's all like Tolkien fanboys are gonna like kill me because I'm gonna get it next to correct. But essentially, like, I know the Balrog, Sauron, Gandalf, they're all the same race of people. Like they're all with the God, what is it called?
I don't remember either. I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
can't remember it.
Yeah,
They're
they're
all
all like,
I am of zero help.
they're
to
kind
you
of like
right
all
now.
like angel type
Right.
beings. And so essentially they send over all the wizards like Gandalf, Sauron. If you've seen The Hobbit, Radagast the Brown, and they send over 2 blue wizards. And so like Saruman gets corrupt, Radagast doesn't really do anything. Gandalf's the only one who's doing the job of trying to stop Sauron from growing to power. And there's just these 2 blue wizards who show up, and their job was to go stop the men from the east from helping Sauron. But that's who has the elephants there at the end of the Return of the King.
Right. So they don't do anything.
No, they don't do anything. So I'm like, why did you even bring it up? It's like, oh yeah, there's the 5 wizards, the Gandalf the Grey, Saruman the White, Radagast the Brown, and 2 unnamed blue wizards who fuck off immediately and fail at their job.
I think you should start a podcast, Cole, where you like explain lore from different things, and it's called Next to Correct.
Next to correct.
That'd be a brilliant name for a
That's
podcast.
genius.
So is Gandalf like his actual physical appearance as some old dude? Is that just like an appearance that he chose then? Like he doesn't, if he's just like a spiritual angel thing from another dimension or another land, does he actually have a physical appearance? Like in his original form?
It's been a while. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I'm trying to like,
because Gandalf is just the name. Because every race has like a different name for him, don't they? Like he's
Mithrandir.
Maybe
Mithrandir,
he's like
and, the dwarves have a name for him as well.
maybe he's like the agents from the Matrix, where he could just invade someone's body. And
it's
just choose
the
to have that
Maiar and the
body.
Valar. That's it.
Right.
Because he's a Maiar.
I never understood the agents. So like the agents could just hop from body to body. They could just be whoever they want. They just take over that person.
Right.
But whenever they're fighting and they run out of ammo, they just start fist fighting. Why not just why not just generate a new gun? Just like retake over that body and stuff. Every time they get a new body, they have a new fully loaded gun.
Yeah,
Just
I
magic
don't.
a new gun. Why are you punching shit?
Right, use the system to make more ammo. It's crazy to me.
They're
Yeah.
programmed within the simulation. Just here's a bazooka from my anus.
I also
Flying around punching people.
I also feel so awful for the human beings that just like they get their body invaded by one of the agents and then they get killed and like that's it. Their life is done. Like and then they're just all right, I'm done with this body. Here's a new one.
Yeah, it's like the agent that shoots at Neo and he does the crazy cool bullet dodge, and then Trinity just shoots him in the head. That's just then it's just some man on the floor, like some police officer with a bullet hole in his head.
Yep. Depressing.
I always say it. I really want to rewatch those. I need to rewatch all three of those. I got to try them again. It's been a while. I guess the fourth movie's coming out soon, right? Are they done filming that?
What?
Wait, it's already soon? Like I thought it would. They just announced that it was starting production.
Release date is scheduled for December of this year.
Whoa.
I applied to be
so weird.
Yeah, I think it was pre-COVID, but I applied to be an extra in that movie. They didn't contact me.
How dare they?
Maybe you'll get that after Judge Judy.
We'll see. I was like, I'm so
to be
distressed. I was like, I want to do it. Like, I think they were filming the call for extras was in San Francisco. I was like, I don't care. I'll do it. I'll go out there to San Francisco. I'll figure it out if they cast me as an extra. But they didn't.
Would you
Fuckers.
literally do anything as an extra in that movie?
Oh yeah, I'd be whatever. As long as I was in the Matrix, that'd be fucking awesome.
What if you were just down a manhole with like 60 people jizzing on you?
Sure. And then they drop horse shit on me. Fine, whatever.
You'd be like, yeah, I'm in the Matrix.
That's me
You'd
right there. The
forever
guy,
be known as that guy.
I'm the
Yeah,
I'm the
Bobby,
I'm the
that's-
jizz horse shit guy.
That's a notable role.
Something that's always made me curious about movies and the way they cast movies is when they have a character that's like supposed to be a really ugly character in the movie and like has like impact on the storyline and stuff like that. And I wonder how insulting it is for someone to get cast as like the ugly character. Like you're supposed to be the ugly friend in this scenario, and like
It's
you're
mostly-
perfect for it.
It's mostly makeup, right?
Not always. Sometimes
Okay.
it's just
They could save a lot of money on makeup if they cast me as that.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's like every article online's like, you won't believe how hot this side character in the movie was. And it's like,
or like when they make really beautiful what's her name, Charlize Theron, how they made her like hideous for that movie Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was impressive.
There was.
That was all
I haven't
makeup.
seen
I'm gonna circle this conversation back a little bit. There's if you remember in the Two Towers, there's an extra who's like standing at the Battle of Helm's Deep, who like he's missing an eye, and he like turns to look in the camera, and you see him standing on the wall. It's like an older man, just like showing that they have like feeble older men guarding Helm's Deep. When I rewatched the trilogy recently, and I was watching some of the bonus footage, and they talked about that extra in particular, about how self-conscious he was about the fact that he was missing an eye. I guess he had showed up to the casting call wearing an eye patch, and they asked if they could see him without the eye patch, and he showed them. And I guess he was really self-conscious about it. And they were like, if you're comfortable, we'd like to cast you up there with no eye patch, and have you do this scene. And I guess he was really hesitant to do it. And they were like, that's fine if you don't want to. Like, they didn't pressure him, but that eventually he came around and decided to do it. And that afterwards, like, he was super happy he did it because it made him feel it made him feel like more confident about it, like being able to show it. I guess it's something he'd had for a long time and was always hiding it, and he thought people would think it was gross. But when I guess he saw the final product, he was like he felt better about the fact that he had no eye there. But that's to your point, like people getting cast for a very specific reason.
I also feel like movie ugly and real life ugly are very different.
They are very different. And there's someone here, Jasper T127, in chat said, "There's always that weird trend in the 2000s when Hollywood thought wearing glasses made you ugly," and that is so true.
That was like every like glow up moment in a teen movie. It was like a woman in glasses.
Yeah, it's like the hair falls down and the glasses comes off at the same time.
Yeah.
Listen, as a glasses wearer, they still do this. They're still guilty of this. This is not something that's gone away. Like in the most recent episode of WandaVision, they like bring together all of these like scientists who like need to figure stuff out, and they're all talking in the back of a van. And it's like they have this one female astrophysicist, and it's like, oh, you can tell she's smart because she's wearing glasses. Like that's not a line they have, but it's like they clearly put glasses on her. It's like, yeah, I'm not buying this. Like, oh yeah, she's the nerd. She's got glasses on.
Do you think it'd be a different story if Clark Kent didn't wear glasses but Superman did?
Dude, Clark Kent was so much hotter with the glasses than in Superman mode.
Well,
That's
which
my
Clark Kent?
opinion. Was
Christopher
it
Reeve Clark Kent?
Dean Cain?
Oh, Dean Cain.
Dean Cain Clark Kent?
Dude, I'm all about that like fitted button-up shirt rolled down so you see just like that upper part of the arm. Glasses. Chef's kiss, baby. Fuck that Superman tighty whitey suit.
I always thought it was bullshit that people would fall for that disguise of just he's wearing glasses. But there was a show, it was like 10 years ago, it was an English show called Ashes to Ashes, where the bad guy is like a dream clown. And then there's this other character of like the main character's dad, the whole movie. And the dad's wearing glasses. Spoiler for Ashes to Ashes if you haven't seen it. But the dad is the clown. And at the end, there's the reveal where he like takes off his glasses, and then you're like, "Oh, hang on a sec." And then the face paint of the clown like morphs onto his face, and I felt like such a freaking idiot that I didn't realize that it's the same person. And the extra interesting thing is that I worked on it. Like right as that reveal happens, there's a massive car bomb that goes off, and I filmed it in slow-mo. And I saw the actor playing the dad on set, and later on in the day I saw the clown. So even I was working on it and I didn't even realize that they were the same actor, because I guess he just pissed off, got changed into clown makeup and came back, and I thought it was someone else. And
Okay, we got the
managed
clown
to
actor
work
in.
on the show and
Hey, nice
watch
to meet
the
you.
entire show without realizing that it's the same guy. And I can't believe I was able to work on the final episode of a show and not have it spoiled for me.
That
It was
so funny.
Well, I even feel like
felt
that's like
not
one
smart.
of the big, what is it, TikTok trends or Instagram, like where it's like, this is how everyone else sees you, and you press the button and it flips the camera.
Yeah. So it does like basically the inverse, because when you look at yourself in selfie mode, it's mirrored. So you
Right.
like if you go like this into your camera, your head will go the same way. And so they do the thing where they inverse the image. So you're seeing like the text would be the right way on the screen.
Yeah.
But you're not used to seeing yourself like that, because when you look in a mirror at your iPhone, it's reversed.
Anytime you ever see yourself, it's reversed.
Yeah. Except now I've gotten very used to seeing myself for what I actually am on the podcast.
I've got both. I've got inverse right here and correct right here. They're like right next to each other.
What? That's smart.
Oh, wow.
I have all inversed, because if I want to point that way, I don't want to have to do the brain gymnastics.
Oh, everything for me is how you guys are seeing it. So I always have to think for a second. I'm just like, I got to point to my door. Okay, that way.
When it's funny because you could turn and see your door. You got my door.
If I'm not thinking of
but you're like, no, where in my room is what?
What I always remember is my Parasite posters here and the Night Rakers on this side. So it's like I just remember where they are. So it's like if I need to point like in that direction, I know based on the posters behind me.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see if I'm like, oh, I'm looking at myself and I need to fix my hair. I'll be like, which side is it? Okay, this
I
one.
just realized, I guess I've got both, because my camera screen is,
It's flipped.
but then my
didn't know
thing
you
is
could
the
do
other
that.
way on my monitor.
I didn't know you could do that. No, I'm not gonna mess with it during the podcast. I'll check it out after. But yeah, it's a rude awakening for people who are not used to it, because it's just like your face seems off
Yeah.
that way.
I look
No
at
one's
myself. I look at myself for
perfectly
hours a
symmetrical.
day, so I'm used to it.
How much of your nose can you see?
That much.
I think you've asked this question before, because
Like-
I think we realized yours was a little more than ours.
Like passively, or
I guess from like,
If
here.
you, if
I
you
think.
look if you look straight ahead at your monitor, can you see your nose?
Here.
a little bit.
Only if I really think about it, but if I'm not thinking about it, I can't see it. Isn't your brain function in a way where it teaches your eyes not to see your nose?
Yeah, it ignores it.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it like it sees it, but it processes it out. Because isn't that the whole thing with like VR that if they put like a nose in the VR, you feel a little safer.
Oh, interesting.
What do you mean?
Like if you don't have if they don't have the virtual nose, then you get sick and throw up all the time. But if there is there, you're like, I'm not gonna throw up because there's a nose in here.
Right. Do you guys
I
want
didn't
to try?
realize my nose was keeping me from vomiting.
Yep.
Do you guys have a
Imagine
pen or a
Voldemort
straw or something nearby? Any sort of like long, straight. Even your finger would work actually for
A
this.
long straight?
Long straight.
like a pen or a.
What about this?
Apple.
That might be a little too long.
Too long?
So basically, you're supposed to hold something at the tip of your nose like this. You can do it with your finger if you want me to show it that way. And go line up with your camera so your eyes are showing. You're supposed to look at the tip of your finger. And apparently, there's some people whose eye will just start to wander after looking at it
Is it
for a
like
bit.
this?
Is that astigmatism?
I don't think so. Try to go a little higher, actually, Cole.
What?
Go higher with it. Like you're supposed to look.
I
There you
can't
go.
look that eye.
Not too
He's
high.
tilting his head up.
Ow! No one can look that eye. Ah. Ah. Ow! That hurts my head.
Yeah.
Week 45 of quarantine.
No more sourdough bread and Animal Crossing. Now
No.
we're seeing
We're
if we
looking
have
at
some type
straight
of
objects.
fucked up eyes.
Flat straight objects.
No,
I'm playing a
we're surviving the coup and we're buying GameStop stock to destabilize the stock market.
Hell yeah.
I was playing a game. Have you heard of it? It's called I Expect You to Die. It's like a VR.
Oh, I've
Puzzle
heard of it. I
game.
never played it, but yeah.
Is it like sounds like a James Bond escape
Yeah.
thing?
It's you're a spy. You have to like figure out each level. It's pretty fun. It's like just a nice little puzzle game. But it's a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, I wonder if they've programmed in this thing, because you could, it's like you can interact with stuff. So like you could put a cigar in your mouth and light it, but then you have to remember that it's there. There's one level where you have to like deliver a document to someone by putting it in like a pneumatic tube. But I'd lit a cigar and put it in my mouth, so I like picked up it was like a pardon of some sort. And I put it in the tube, and I ran it across I bumped it on my cigar, and it burned. And I sent it to her on fire, and she was like, "Can't believe you burned the pardon." And she sent back a grenade, and it blew me up. And I was like, "Wow, there's a lot of stuff that you could do in this game that you wouldn't expect."
Oh, that's crazy.
And I think they just announced a sequel, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Fun. I've just set up my VR again. I think it's
I need to do
I think
that.
it's fun.
I need.
Nice.
I still haven't played Half-Life Alyx. I need to get it set
Oh
up.
shit, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's
right here.
amazing.
How much space do you need
You can do it
realistically?
sitting down for some, if you don't want to move around.
I played the whole of Half-Life Alyx in this room, where I can
Okay.
I can touch both desks from the middle. But it was enough. It was probably like I wouldn't want to be in a room any smaller. But I played it all
Yeah.
in here, and it was fine.
I got some room
I only
behind me.
thumped my wall like twice.
My room might be a little too snug for it.
It'd be
Okay,
good if
go all
I'm
the way
in
back
this
here.
Coffee table.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh,
Gus, you're so far
whoa.
away. Gus, can you hear us? We're back. We're over here.
Gus, come
Gus, come
back!
back!
Even though he's wearing wireless
Come on.
headphones.
Gus.
On the bright
we're
side,
over
you
here.
you got a good look at my Beacon Claw shirt, though.
Ooh.
Look at that!
What
Available
about
in the
yours,
store.
Barbara?
I also have a Beacon Claw shirt, although I'm wearing the older version. So we came out with a new blue version of this one because people really like this one. So I don't have the blue one. I like the blue one better. So Gus, I'm jealous. Looks so good.
Dab.
That's a nice blue.
Dab on.
Yeah. We had some new Beacon Claw stuff come out in the store. Really snazzy stuff.
I think it just came out. Yeah, I just got this shirt on Friday. I think. I think it just hit the store.
Yeah. Oh no, it came out on Thursday because we were playing D&D.
Oh right, yeah. So I just got it on
stuff.
Thursday.
Yeah, boy.
I read the fucking weirdest article ever the other day, and I saved it because I wanted to talk about it today. I'm going to read you the headline here. Target. Oh, hold on, Jesus!
So
What?
weird.
It
That's a weird
started
headline.
playing an ad really loud.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to read the headline. Target joins Costco in dropping coconut milk brand over forced monkey labor allegations.
Huh? What?
I did read about that. Yeah.
I guess,
Weirdest thing ever.
yeah, there's this allegation that this company that produces coconut milk was forcing monkeys to gather or harvest the coconuts for them. That way they could make their coconut milk. They deny the allegations, but it's a weird thing to think about that was a company using monkeys to do work. Like from an ethical standpoint, would you be okay with that? Like, I think that's fucked up
weird.
if that's true. Like,
Well, there was a whole ad campaign in the UK in the 90s and maybe the 80s where monkeys were like the mascot of PG Tips tea. It was like a family of chimps.
Mhm.
Is that the same? I guess they weren't there like picking the tea.
Because like, yeah, you don't. I'm sure they have brands of like stuff that like horses helped make.
Well, think about it, like,
Or
cows or horses used to plow fields, right? You would
Yeah.
use animals for that, but it's not like at an industrialized capacity. It's like if you use.
Were they paying the monkeys?
I mean,
I don't know if they were
Budweiser
not
had
paying
the Clydesdales. I mean, obviously don't use them anymore, but that was the whole thing is Budweiser Clydesdales would transport the beer around.
Yeah, like who determines when it's unethical?
What,
Or like,
what about figs?
What about figs?
Isn't that like an insect?
It's a wasp, but
It's
they're
a
not
wasp.
like they're not like.
wait, what? What?
Yeah,
What's a fig?
Figs are fertilized by wasps.
Oh, for some reason I thought you meant they are actual wasps.
but-
There's
yeah,
a
like,
wasp. There's
the
a wasp
wasp-
in there.
Gets absorbed in there.
Yeah.
That's why they're not vegan.
Yeah.
So, question about that then. So, I've never been stung by a wasp or a bee or anything like that, but I've eaten figs.
You're immune.
So, does this mean that I'm not allergic to a wasp sting if I could eat a fig?
Well, it's not like a whole wasp. It's just like wasp goo.
Yeah.
It's like digested.
I also guess the sting is different
The-
than
no
actually
venom. There's probably no
eating the
venom.
thing itself. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to be like, oh, phew, now I know I'm not allergic.
I've built up an immunity to wasp stings.
I've eaten so many wasps.
Yeah, it's weird. But I don't think
This is
anyone's
so strange.
forcing the wasps inside. Get in that fig.
Yeah, like how are they forcing the monkeys to work?
I don't work there. I don't know.
I need answers, Gus.
And also they deny it. So
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know.
But I wonder what the allegations are saying. Like 1 banana, 2 bananas? How many? What's the pay?
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Female wasp. Oh, so what is it?
So they lay
This is confusing.
eggs within it, and then the eggs pop out,
Oh, so
but
there's
it's like the egg
female-
shells.
Bruh.
Flowers
blowing my
and
mind.
female wasps and male flowers.
You see, when a fig loves a wasp, they decide to get together and they make a baby. Oh, someone in chat, Hot Pocket 36 says that they can eat figs, but they're highly allergic to wasps.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, they,
Well, I
feel
live
that
to be
comes up
scared
in
another day.
conversation Quite a
Every
lot.
now and then. Yeah, every now and then.
Wasps.
I still wonder, how does it happen? Like how did the monkeys help? Did they go up in the tree and get the coconut down?
That's the allegation, is that they're
Okay.
harvesting
There's-
the coconut.
There's a Mario Party minigame about that. So
Maybe that's where they got the idea.
Uh,
you have to flip the monkey to the other side, otherwise the coconut's gonna hit him on the head. and
Cole,
knock
don't
him
make
farther
Mario
down.
Party unethical now too. Okay, we have to be
Oh,
able-
I'm not gonna be the one who makes Mario Party unethical. Have you played that game? There's so much wrong.
It's just, yeah, that game is so fun. I love Mario Party.
All right, well, it's about time to wrap up. Before we go, I do want to mention something, though. We're going to have a show this Friday on the 5th. It's called Our First and Last Episode. It's to be hosted by Tori and Crawford. We'll be doing live streams. Shows every Friday at 5 p.m. in honor of Black History Month. And the first one kicks off this week, Friday at 5 p.m. Like I said, it's called Our First and Last Episode. It's hosted by Tori and Crawford. Talking about life, pop culture, entertainment, and a whole bunch of stuff. You should check it out. It'll be here. If you're watching this live, it'll be right here on roosterteeth.com. If you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, or listening anywhere else, come over to roosterteeth.com this Friday, the 5th at 5 p.m. and every Friday this month.
And also the last Friday of the month, we're doing a big ol' fun stream that we're going to have more information about, but we're going to be raising some good money for some good charities. We'll have more information about it in the coming weeks.
Should we, before it ends, should we have a count off of how many screws we all made this episode?
I forgot.
What if I broke
1/4?
one?
I made 1/4 of a screw.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I didn't make any screws.
I'll make a screw later tonight. Whoa!
Wait,
right.
you're a robot. You want all our screws. That's your currency.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.